You guys are going to love the show we have mapped out for you all today. But what I need from everyone watching to do is to go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. It is completely free, and we are closing in on 30,000 subscribers strong. The NFL's worst fear about the Broncos is starting to come true, and that is they are rookie-proof. Everyone is looking at the Broncos as the best team to play in the playoffs because they all want to play Bo Nix. They all want to play specifically a rookie quarterback, and most times that's not a bad bet to make. But earlier today, when I was sitting at my desk, I heard our Texans host Jeremy Chuggs outline who he wants to play in the playoffs. And the answer doesn't surprise me. Here's what he said.
If I could choose, if it was up to me, Jeremy Chuggs, on who the Texans faced in the wild card round, I would want to face the Denver Broncos.
So no big surprise that Jeremy Chuggs, host of Texans Today, wants to play the Broncos because they all want to play a rookie quarterback. Here's the issue with that thinking. They are under this belief, this mindset, that if they play the Broncos, they get to play a rookie quarterback and it's going to be an easy win. What they are forgetting about is that Bo Nix has shown that even in games where he does not have his best stuff, this team is still capable of winning, and not by a very slim margin either. Week 15, 3 interceptions, and they beat the Colts in a near playoff type of game, 31-13. How about before the bye on Monday Night Football at home against the Browns? Again, doesn't really have his best stuff. 2 interceptions. And the defense and special teams and the rest of the offense picks him up and takes care of business. So yeah, for everyone watching right now that's not a Broncos fan, go ahead. Say that you want to play the Broncos because you want to play a rookie quarterback. What you are forgetting about is how elite this defense is, and even when Nix, who has had plenty of great games this year, doesn't have his absolute best A-plus stuff, you are still in for a hell of a 60 minutes. Everyone wants to play the rookie because they look at that as the easiest opportunity, the easiest path. You got to remember, there's 21 other starters, including 11 on defense, which I could make the argument is the best defense in the National Football League. They are number 1 in points allowed, top 10 in yards allowed, first in sacks, top 10 in takeaways, just outside the top 10 on third down. So this defense takes no prisoners, and they don't care if Nix is having the best game of his career or the worst game of his career. They are going to play like an elite unit, which they are. And everyone else that's lining up to play the Broncos, I think, is going to have a real wake-up call at halftime of that game when they go, man, it's not just about trying to take advantage of playing a rookie quarterback. We forgot about the whole Denver defense that is an elite unit this year. So with this defense in mind, I'll ask this question to you guys. Do you think this defense alone can win a playoff game? If Bo Nix goes out in the first round of the playoffs and throws for 200 yards, 1 interception, or 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, can the defense do enough to win it with that kind of performance from the offense? I think so. This defense has shown they have no issue scoring themselves. How many recent touchdowns have we seen on the defensive side of the football? I'm going to say yes, absolutely. Now, if you're still thinking it over or you're typing your response down below, give me 60 seconds to tell everyone watching about our friends over at Game Time. Game Time has this awesome feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. During the holiday season, there's so many great opportunities to hang out with your friends and family, and you should do it at a Broncos game or a Nuggets game, an Avs game, or any other sporting event in your area with Game Time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHAT Sports for $20 off your first purchase. Now, I put all that information because I love you guys in the comments and description of today's video. So go check out Game Time today. It's a great way to save $20 on your upcoming event. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. So taking a step back, or I should say zooming in on the defense, Nik Bonitto and Patrick Surtain are both playing at all pro levels. Bonitto, 11.5 sacks. He's got an interception. Technically, that what we all thought was like a pick six on the on the A.D. Mitchell throwback in the Colts game. That goes down as a fumble because it was a lateral, a backwards pass. And as a result, it's actually a forced fumble and then a scoop and score kind of in the book. But to the naked eye, it looks more like a pick six. But Bonitto, he is playing at a Defensive Player of the Year level, and he's not the only one on his team. I mean, Pat Surtain is once again playing at an all-pro level. He is reminding everyone why he is the best in the NFL at what he does. He is the number one cornerback in football without a doubt in my mind, and I don't even think it's particularly close. And by the way, he's not really even in the prime of his career yet. He's under 26 years old. Denver locked him up long-term on a great extension, and the Broncos have two of the top three leaders in Defensive Player of the Year odds on their team. How often does this happen? Honestly, I'm asking because I just can't think of an instance where a team had odds numbers 2 and 3 for Defensive Player of the Year. So to put a bow on this entire, no pun intended, Bo Nix video, all the opposing fans out there like Jeremy Chuggs who are thinking to themselves, I want to play the Broncos in the playoffs because I want to play Bo Nix. Well, for one, we have seen Bo Nix play better than any other rookie this year, I'd say, from start to finish. 2, pick Denver at your own risk because you are forgetting about this defense. You are forgetting about this offensive line that's top 5 in football. You're forgetting about the resurgence that Courtland Sutton is having this season. And you're forgetting about how well of a coach team this is under Sean Payton. But yeah, take the lazy excuse. Go with Bo because he's a rookie. Maybe it'll work out, maybe not. But if it doesn't, it's going to be because you overlooked the defense and just completely made your decision on the fact that it's a rookie quarterback. So to wrap up the video, I just want to ask everyone watching, who is having a better season, you think? PS2 or Nik Bonitto? I'm going to go with Pat Surtain because every single Sunday he goes up against the number one receiver on the opposing team. And every single Sunday we hardly hear from him because he's got that guy locked up. And when we do, it's probably one of his 4 interceptions. I think PS2 should be Defensive Player of the Year. 9 out of the last 10 Defensive Player of the Years have gone to pass rushers, the lone exception being Stephon Gilmore. So whenever a corner does break through, rarely and wins the award, it usually has to come with a ton of interceptions. I mean, Xavier Howard had 10 picks in a year, and he did not even win it. But I don't see any pass rusher doing what Pat Surtain is doing to opposing wide receivers, just locking them down and shutting off half of the field every single Sunday. And when teams dare to throw his way, which happens about 10% of the time because no one even thinks about testing him, well, good luck. He's got 4 picks, 11 pass breakups, and a pick 6 for 100 yards. So do it at your own risk. Before we sign off, I do want to show some love to the Blue and Orange Club. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel all season long. Slap Yourself, I Don't Give a Buck, John E., Anthony, Bobby, and Rick, who were hanging out with us during our previous watch party. Daniel, I haven't seen Daniel in a little bit. And then CPJ, the latest member to the Blue and Orange Club. Make sure to hang out with us for the remainder of the season. We'll have more watch parties for you guys, including Thursday night against the Chargers. It's going to be a huge game for the Broncos. If they win that game, they clinch a playoff spot. If they win any game of their last 3, they clinch a playoff spot. So make sure to dial in it here on Thursday night between the Broncos and the Chargers. If you enjoyed today's episode, let me know by leaving a comment down below. I love to look in the comments and see what awful things you guys have to say. Usually good things, but the YouTube cesspool of a comment section is very real. But anywho, like the video, subscribe, and I'll catch up with you all later.